Shows. Today I just want to talk about packing your fish properly. So you can pack it nice and flat, like these. These are ones I've prepared earlier. So they stack in your freezer nicely. The beauty about packing them like this is they defrost so quick. Get home from work, just put them in the sink with some water. Make sure you don't get any water in, because water will get in these when they defrost. And then, yeah, that only takes about 20 minutes for them to defrost, and then they're ready to cook, crumb up or whatever. And the beauty of them too, also, they pack so neat in your freezer. Stack them nicely. I'll put these ones back in the freezer and we'll do some more. Okay, got some fillets here. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I just put them in normal size clippy bags. I just get some pretty good quality ones. I just open up a heap first. And put them to the side. That way you're not trying to open them with a bit slippery fingers. Probably plenty. I always have some paper towel handy just to dry your fingers a little bit. Sharp knife. So what I do is just pull some fillets out. Another thing I do with my fillets is I never put fresh water on them. After I fillet them, I don't rinse them. I'd rather rinse them as you're about to fillet them. I mean, as you're about to cook them. Because I find water will wreck fillets. Yeah, it won't keep the quality of keeping it dry. You really just want to keep your fillets nice and dry. And you can always just I just give them a bit of a wipe off. I'm not too worried about if there's a few scales or anything on them when you freeze them up. That's not an issue really. So yeah, I just get a few out and just cut the fillets up a little bit. Into just bits smaller sizes. I don't get them all out at once. Just get a few. So where the paper towel comes in handy, you just dry your fingers a little bit. And you get your other cutting board. This is where you just pack them in nice and neat and flat. You don't want to double layer them, you just want to keep them one layer thick. And it's just a jigsaw puzzle. Just get them in there. Find what bit's going to fit in there nicely. There's only 2 of us in the house here, so that's usually plenty enough for a meal for us. So what you do, you start sealing your bag, but leave it open at the end. And then what you do, you squash all the air out of it. Squash all the air out through that gap that's here. And then click the rest of it tight. That way it's got no air in it. Or very little. That's one done. Then you just keep going. Slide it nearly all the way shut. You can hear the air pushing out. Yeah, you don't have to cryovac your fish. These keep perfect in your freezer for at least 3 or 4 months. Not a problem at all. But you don't want to leave your fish in there any longer than that. You want to get it eaten. I find I give away a lot of fish to my family, friends, neighbours. It's a coddy. I don't mind mixing up my fish either, doesn't really matter what's in there. I do label sometimes when I go up and catch trout or reds or something like that. I'll go up there and I'll label me bags, but snapper and grassies and that sort of thing I'll just put in the same bags. So just fit them all in so they're nice and neat. Wash the air out of them. And that's how you want to stack them in your freezer too, nice and flat like that. So they're easy to pull apart. I've seen people just put them in those cheap freezer bags and just crunch them up like in a ball on the bottom. And that's just the worst thing you can do with fish. This is that big grassy that I got. Try and put some thinner stuff in here actually. But yeah, this is definitely what you want to do with your fish. I find I'll freeze up my fish. And that way it's easier to give away to people too. That way they can eat it when they want to eat it, rather than giving them fresh fish. It's more likely to go to waste. If you give someone fresh fish, they leave it in the fridge or forget about it. But if you give them something that is going to go straight in the freezer, they're more than likely just to pull it out and eat it when they're ready to eat it. But yeah, you'd be surprised how much is in these bags when you, because I usually will cut these pieces up again and then crumb them. The other thing I do sometimes is I'll cut up all my fish and crumb and do a big crumb batch and crumb all my fish at once and bag it up exactly the same. That way you've got crumb fish already frozen, so it's so easy. You pull it out, it's already crumbed. Panko crumbs, best crumbs. And then you're away. But I don't think it's as good as as pulling it out like this and crumbing it. It tends to get I think the crumbs tend to flatten out and go a little bit soggy when you crumb them first then freeze them. Never as good, they're still pretty good. Like, I'm pretty picky with fish though. No, most people wouldn't pick it, but I can still pick it. And that last bit, I'm just going to keep out and just chuck it in the fridge, and I'm going to cook that up soon. So that one, it's just going in the fridge. And there you have it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bags. Flat pack. I just want to pack them straight in the freezer like that. Stacked. And then when you pull them out, they come off really easy. And they're one layer, so they defrost really easily. Well, that's my tip for today. See you next time.